Hi everyone, thank you for joining here. On this channel, we'll explore various interesting topics, from general topic to other topics. So make sure to sit back, relax, and enjoy the content. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any exciting videos. Let's get started. Have you ever heard names like Zeus, Poseidon, Medusa, Aphrodite, or Eros? Or maybe you've watched a movie like Percy Jackson. If yes, you're probably familiar with these figures. But before we dive into their exciting stories, let's first talk about the origins of the ancient Greek gods and goddesses. The ancient Greek gods and goddesses can be divided into three major generations. Primordial Titan. The Olympians. First generation, Primordial. It all started with chaos, or the void. Back then, the world was empty, hollow, and there was nothing. From this chaos emerged Gaia, symbolizing the earth and regarded as the mother of all creation. Beneath the earth was Tartarus, which is often misunderstood as the underworld or the realm of the dead. But Tartarus is actually more like a place where monsters and the most evil creatures were cast. Additionally, there was Erebus, symbolizing darkness. Erebus and Nyx, night, gave birth to Ether, day, and Hemera, light. Darkness and night are the origins of things like fate, disaster, sleep, and even death. Second generation are Titans. After the primordial generation, Gaia and Uranus gave birth to the Titans. These were great gods, and there were 12 main Titans, including Cronus, god of time, Oceanus, god of the sea, Rhea, goddess of fertility, and many others. Among them, the most famous was Atlas, who was punished to hold the earth on his shoulders forever. We also recognize the names Prometheus and Epimetheus, known for their stories of creating humanity. But there's something interesting here. Cronus, the leader of the Titans, was terrified of a prophecy that said he would be overthrown by his own son. So, when his children were born, Cronus swallowed them one by one to prevent the prophecy from coming true. However, Rhea, their mother, managed to save Zeus and hide him. Zeus grew up and eventually challenged his father, Cronus. Third generation, the Olympians. Zeus, who was saved, led the rebellion against Cronus. After years of war, Zeus succeeded in overthrowing his father and imprisoned the Titans in Tartarus. With the help of the Cyclopes, who gave him his thunderbolts, and the Hecatoncheires, who threw rocks at the Titans, the Olympians finally won the war. However, despite the victory, the challenges didn't stop. Typhon, the largest monster created by Gaia, emerged as the greatest threat to the gods. With his immense power, Typhon almost defeated Zeus. But with the help of Hermes and Athena, Zeus was able to rise again and finally defeated Typhon. After that, no one dared to challenge the power of the Olympian gods. Zeus finally took his throne as the ruler of the gods, and the story of the Olympians continues to this day. So, do you see any similarities between the stories of the Greek gods and human life? Just like the gods who thirsted for power, humans are often driven by the same ambition. This story also teaches us that history tends to repeat itself. As we see, the mother helps her children to overthrow the father, and in the end, the gods were overthrown by their own children. Do the gods teach us anything about life? The stories of the Greek gods and goddesses are not just about adventures and battles, but they are also full of life lessons that are relevant to all of us. For instance, many of the gods and goddesses in Greek mythology represent deep aspects of life, such as love, revenge, power, and fate. Great ambition, as seen in Zeus's quest to overthrow his father Cronus, can drive someone to achieve victory. However, this story also shows that power gained through wrong means often leads to unexpected consequences. Zeus and the Olympian gods did not only face external challenges, but also internal temptations and continuous struggles. Moreover, the presence of figures like Prometheus, who sacrificed himself to bring knowledge to humanity, reminds us of the importance of courage and selflessness for the greater good. Prometheus gave fire to mankind, a symbol of knowledge and civilization, even though he had to endure severe punishment from Zeus. This shows how values like giving without expecting anything in return and fighting for progress can shape history. Famous gods and goddesses in Greek mythology. Zeus. As the king of the gods, Zeus played a central role in leading the Olympians. Known for his powerful thunderbolt, Zeus had a huge responsibility to maintain the balance of the universe, but was often involved in conflicts and disputes. Poseidon, the god of the sea. Known for his trident, Poseidon not only ruled the oceans, but also had great influence over earthquakes and storms. Hades, the god of the underworld who ruled the realm of the dead, often misunderstood as evil. Hades was actually a god who ruled fairly, keeping the order of the underworld intact. Athena, the goddess of wisdom, warfare strategy, and the protector of cities, especially the city of Athens, which was named after her. Athena is a symbol of intellect and rational thinking. Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty, playing a key role in many love stories in Greek mythology. She is also the symbol of physical beauty and passionate relationships. Medusa, one of the Gorgons, Medusa was known for her snake hair that could turn anyone who looked at her into stone. Her story teaches us about the consequences of jealousy and the desire for revenge. Life. After the gods' war. After the long war between the Olympians and the Titans and the defeat of Typhon, the world led by Zeus began to reach peace. The gods ruled the human world in their own ways. Despite their immense power, they were still unable to avoid intrigues, rivalries, and their own human weaknesses. Zeus, with all his power, finally ascended the throne as the leader of the gods. However, he still had to deal with great responsibility. Other gods, despite their extraordinary powers, also had to face internal conflicts and errors in their decisions, like the stories of Apollo and Artemis, who also faced mistakes and suffering in their journeys. Lessons from Greek mythology. From Greek mythology, we learn that while the gods had incredible power, they also had weaknesses and challenges they had to face. These stories show us that power, ambition, and even love can bring both benefits and dangers. Ultimately, Greek mythology teaches us that in life, even as we strive for our goals, we must be careful with our choices, as every action has its consequences. The stories of the gods also remind us that history tends to repeat itself, and every generation has its own challenges and struggles. Just like the gods who often fought among themselves for power, humans too must face temptations, ambitions, and difficult choices on their journey through life. The third generation. The Olympians continued. Zeus, who was saved, eventually led the rebellion against Cronus. After years of epic warfare, Zeus managed to overthrow his father and imprison the Titans in Tartarus. With the help of the Cyclopes, who gave him the legendary Thunderbolt, and the Hecatonchires, who hurled massive stones at the Titans, the Olympians finally emerged victorious. This war was not only about physical strength, but also the clever strategies and bravery of the young gods who wanted to change their fate. However, even though they had won, a new threat emerged. Typhon, the gigantic monster created by Gaia, became the greatest enemy of the gods. Imagine this. The creature had a giant serpent body, hundreds of heads, and could destroy everything in its path. With his extraordinary power, Typhon nearly defeated Zeus and the Olympians. But with the help of other gods like Hermes, who was swift, and Athena, who was wise, Zeus was able to rise again and lead the final battle against Typhon. This was a battle that tested not only their physical strength, but also their tactics and intelligence. Zeus eventually defeated Typhon and banished him to a distant place, ensuring that nothing could threaten the peace of the gods again. With this victory, Zeus further solidified his position as the ruler of the gods, leading with decisiveness, but also wisdom. And so, the story of the Olympians continued. Stories of gods who faced great challenges, fought for power, and led lives full of conflict, adventure, and extraordinary drama. The unending struggle, conflicts between the gods. However, even after the Olympians gained control of the throne, peace was not easy to obtain. Disputes and intrigues continued among the gods. The Olympian gods, though they ruled the universe, were not free from human-like traits such as greed, jealousy, and the fear of losing power. For instance, there were conflicts between Zeus and Poseidon, the god of the sea. Although they were brothers, they often fought for greater control over the world, even wanting a higher throne. Meanwhile, Hera, Zeus's wife, who was known for her jealousy, was often involved in hidden intrigues that sparked conflicts with other gods. Aphrodite, the goddess of love, was often a catalyst for disputes with her charms, creating love and hatred among both gods and humans. It was not rare for these gods to also be involved in love stories that ended in tragedy. Take the story of Perseus and Andromeda, or Zeus's continuous infidelities that led to the birth of various heroic and tragic figures in Greek mythology. Love, betrayal, and honor are themes that are ever present in their stories.
Their stories also remind us that power is not everything. Great gods like Zeus and Poseidon, despite their immense power, still faced huge challenges in their lives, both from external enemies and within themselves. This teaches us that true power comes with responsibility, and the strength we have doesn't always guarantee happiness. Thus concludes the continuation of the origin story of the ancient Greek gods and goddesses. I hope this story further inspires you to explore the rich and adventurous world of Greek mythology. If you have any questions or your favorite stories from Greek mythology, feel free to share them in the comments. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss out on more exciting stories. See you in the next segment.